All right, everyone. So welcome to the Fondako show. That's another episode that we have Sylvain and Stephanie on the show. So thank you guys for coming down to Colombia again. So while you were here, we're going to do another one. We're going to do two. So if you didn't watch the first one, go back on the channel and watch the first one. So first, let's do a little intro. Sylvain, welcome to the podcast. Sylvain, you have 60 agents working for you. You're one of the top producers in the industry, right? So thank you for coming here. And I know that, Steph, you were a teacher before, educating the students and children, and now you just kind of switched the audience to educating families, right, for financial purposes and financial services. So thank you for coming here. And on my side, I got my partner, Pavel, and you guys all know him, and myself, Joey. So super excited to start this. Title of this video, right, you saw this, so it's to how to make money in the metaverse, so how we're going to disrupt the financial service industry.
Right. Hey guys, so we're going to be asking the questions today, right? So it's going to be nice. First questions that we were wondering, it's like the level of success that you guys had the first year was just incredible, right? So just explain that, like how do you get to 0 to 1 million the first year?
Yeah. So in our first year, we got from 0 to 1 million selling leads to insurance agents, right? So I guess that's the quickest path that people will start is a marketing agency, and then they will do a retainer. So they will ask their clients to pay them anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a month to run ads and generate leads for them. But we quickly realized that process was not scalable. So we switched to pay-per lead, where agents would just pay per lead, right? So they would buy packs of 20, 30 leads, and then we would have one complete system that would generate all the leads for everyone. So we sold about 24,000 leads in our first year at $85 each. So that's well over $1 million. So that was nice. And then our second year, we realized that there was a lot of issue with that offer. So as much as it was paying us well, it was not necessarily exactly what the agents needed. So that's why we transitioned into bigger, better models that I'm sure we'll cover in this podcast.
Well, exactly. And so what's next, right? So you got to 0 to 1 million. Now, are you, is it 10 million? Like, what's the next objective? And like, what's the next offer? Like what next big thing?
Yeah, well, of course, like numbers are numbers. Like I said in other videos in the previous podcast, is that it's not a finite game, right? Business is not a finite game. There's no deadline. It's not when we reach 5 million, 10 million, that we're going to say, all right, we're done, right? Let's go on the beach and then chill for the rest of our lives. Like the goal of business is that the reward of business is that if you do good, you get to stay in business. You get to stay and impact people and help people, which is the law of reciprocity, right? The more you help people, the more you're going to get in return. That's how we see things. And we have a long-term vision of 10 to 20 years of being in this game and disrupting the industry, right? Innovations, automations, artificial intelligence that I'm sure we're going to touch on. If we look short-term to mid-term, how we're going to get from, let's say, 1 to 10 million is going to be really through what we have going on right now, which is the complete system that we use to generate those 24,000 leads where we made our money and where we made a lot of agents' money with that. Then now we find a way to implement that system like customable, profitable to all agents that want to have that system, to have fully automated leads coming their way and have artificial intelligence book them into appointments inside their calendar. So to put that system inside every agents that want that type of service.
Yeah, so basically we found a scalable way to use the lead generation system that we built over the last 2 years and implement that within, a few hours in an agent's business. And then also, well, that's going to provide him volume, quality. Then we got to make sure we can provide profitability. That's why we have you guys with your experience helping our clients reach the level of success that you've got and more, right? So we've got the volume, quality dialed in with the acquisition system. We've got the profitability because of the community and the coaching we offer. And then also we got to be time efficient, right? Because once we've got all these first three, it's like, how far can I scale this? And that's why we have the AI and the complete CRM and all the automations and the .forwarding program. So basically, like, it's as time efficient as it can get with the technology we have right now. And of course, we're going to keep, improving on that. But we do these 4 things: volume, quality, profitability, and time efficiency. That's like essentially what we compress into our new offer.
Speaking of new offer, one of the questions I always had is that guarantee you guys get, like 20K in 4 months. How do you fulfill that guarantee? How does that work?
So again, there's a few factors. One of the things you have to know is we don't like to work for free, right? So if we've put that guarantee in place, it's because we have the stats to back it up and the client results to back it up, first thing. So when we initially started, we had a 15 advisor trial over 3 months. And we realized that the average that they've made in their first 2 months was $15,000. So we were like, oh, okay. So then, they make a minimum of about 7K per month, more or less. So if we guarantee 5, we'll be fine. And then the advisors that need more help, we'll be able to help them because of the coaching, because of the community, because of the mastermind calls and all the recorded trainings. Like, we have literally trainings for everything, like how to contact the lead, how to make sure when you contact the lead, you schedule a solid appointment, how to make sure that appointment shows up, how to close an appointment. And then we also have all the master classes that you build, right? That is more like financial advisor specific knowledge. And we didn't think that it was a necessity because every financial advisor already has their training. But we realized that first of all, it's not always the case, and then it's not always applied, right? You can have the knowledge but not implement it, and we help through the implementation also. That's how we can guarantee results, because we have a complete offer, that A to Z process.
To complement all that is the reason why we're able to have that full guarantee is also because we have you guys, right? As the super users of the system, which means that like you guys have tested everything before we've launched it and now you're using it to the full potential, just the fact that you're using that and that we have the coaching aspect to it and the client success, that we're so obsessed about bringing people results, because we know that one person, one advisor, that's why we're also really diligent to who we accept in our program, because one like advisor that is maybe more lazy than others or doesn't want to do the little work that he has to do to make this happen and has a bad experience, they can make a really bad reputation to us. So we want to make sure that everyone has the support that they need to get everything started as quick as possible and have the coaching and the success support, the accountability that they need to get this thing going and make sure their career is pretty on acceleration after that.
Yeah, before we change subject, like on that specifically, that's another big thing on why we can guarantee result is because we can choose who we work. When we're selling leads, anyone can buy leads. Right? But now we're going to be working with you for months.
Every day, yeah.
So we're going to want to make sure that you're a right fit for the program. And I know this is so cliche, but these programs that say, hey, we're going to see if you're a great fit, they don't guarantee results, right? If we actually don't get you the results, we're in trouble. So it's happening more and more that we get applications through our website, through our ads, through our YouTube channel, and we actually have to refuse people because maybe they're not independent, maybe they're thinking about quitting the industry, and we don't want to partner with these people, right? We're there to partner with people who are already have seen some success and are looking to bring it to the next level, or agents that are just starting but want to have a crazy fast start and already have some experience with selling.
And I was just going to add that the level of integrity, that's exactly what we've talked about, right? In the first episode, is the fact that you guys don't take clients that you can't help.
Yeah.
And that's admirable, right? Because a lot of people just want to sell, make money, profits. And then no, it's like, hey, if I don't bring value to the table, I ain't going to work with you. And that's something that's great. That's something to lose.
Yeah, it's a big lose of time for us. If we work with someone that's time consuming and that is not going to get the results in the end, like, that's not something we want.
I was going to let you add also on this idea of the ideal client.
Yeah.
I would like to describe what their goals would be. And now could you describe a bit more for the viewers to understand, like, am I a right fit for this program?
Yeah,
like
sure.
Which qualities you're looking for or which attitude?
So I think we have two personas of clients that are ideal for us. And then I would add a third one also. The first one is the agency builder, right? So that's someone who's a financial advisor, but also recruiting a team and wants to have a scalable process to recruit agents, train agents, and retain agents, right? So he can find the actual agents through our system and then nurture them with the trainings that we provide, and also feed them with leads if they use the system also. So it's really a complete solution for recruiters. And typically when you start recruiting is because you've already had some success as an agent. So that fits our characteristics that we're looking for, and we can help you. I would say that's like the easiest clients to help. It's the easiest to fulfill and very fun also to work with. The second persona is really the producer. So that's the agent who is looking to increase his personal production. He's already at 5 to 10K per month, maybe sometimes 4K per month, and he's looking to double or triple that within 30 to 60 days. So then we will implement the system with them. They'll get access to all the training, mastermind calls, of course, the client acquisition system. And again, it's a quick, scalable client for us, someone we really enjoy working with. And then I mentioned a third persona also, which we've seen some extreme recent successes like in our community. In the last 30 days, we had 3 new agents. Like we're talking their first 30 days, like after their initial trial period as agents. And I think the worst one made 8.7 grand in his first month. And the best one had a 10K week. Right? So that's another type of agent we like to work with, like the hungry beginner, like the guy or the girl that's gonna put the hours in, that's gonna listen to the training and actually want to perform. That's extremely focused on scaling their business. That's another great
Going on to the the coaching calls and being there, being part of the community, I guess. And like speaking of which, like that was a big game changer too, that community, right? So can you explain a bit like what that brought you?
Yeah, I can talk a bit of community. I'm the one that managed that, but yeah, it's something that we've realized that people need accountability to do stuff, you know. And no matter who you are, no matter what industry you're in, the more accountability, the more recognition you can have for doing something, the better it is. So there's something in business, in retention, right? Is the 3 R's. If you can build relationships, bring results, and also bring recognition, then that's when you can keep clients, people forever. That's not even in business, like in whatever's here in life. So that's what we're always trying to push forward. So first of all, the relationship. So we're actually, like we said, we choose who we work with, because we don't want to work with you for 2, 3, 4 months and then you go away with someone else or whatever. If we work with you, because we see working with each other for years, okay? We want to see you for years. We want to go eat lunch with you. We want to go eat dinner with you when we're down, no? That's the big thing. And we want people to like us, and we want to like them as well. So building that relationship. Number 2 is results, right? So how quick can we get them results? Because at the end of the day, even if I love you, Sylvain, and you love me, if I don't give you results, then you're never going to stay with me, right? So how quick can we give them results for the least amount of effort and sacrifice? So that's why our system, when you're ready to onboard and you jump in, then within 24 hours, like you jump in a call with me or one of our success managers, and we implement dot for you all that system for you. So the next day, you have people coming in your way, booking appointments on your calendar. All right. So results is very key. And the third part is recognition. And that's where the community kicks in, is that we have a full private community where every time you make a sale or you have a win and you have your first appointment, then you post it on the community, and other people that applaud you for it, encourage you, motivate you. And that's when you have success. And when you have hard weeks, for example, this happens to everyone, then you can go in there and see, oh my God, this guy made $10,000 this week. Let me talk to him and see what he does. Or even the success interviews that we have once every 2 weeks, once a week now, it might be even more. But people really have conviction. When we were selling leads, that's a big point. We were selling the leads, we didn't have that community aspect. So when people didn't have results with the leads, it might be our fault or it might be their fault. But then they always put it on us, right? Like, oh, these are trash. It doesn't work, right? But now they just cannot say that. They just don't have excuses anymore, because they see hundreds of other people that using the same system that has crazy results, a 10K week, right? And that 100K month, and they're using the same exact system.
100K is...
Yeah, that was a big one. Client was doing about 20 to 40K per month for the last year
with our leads.
with our leads, and then he switched to our new offer with the client acquisition system that he has on his own, and in his first month made 100 grand.
Can you imagine?
So that's an extra like 60 grand right there minimum that he made.
Right. I feel like I gotta go back to Kansas. Like, what am I doing?
And just to comment on what you were saying, Joey, like I was listening to you talking and I was thinking when we interview people that are interested in the opportunity of becoming a financial advisor, the three things we're looking for is coachability, which your systems encourage, of course, with the coachings. Then accountability, which the community encourages, and also integrity, which you guys have and which you also integrate in your whole culture with your teammates and stuff. So it was just funny hearing you say that, and I was thinking about those values. And then you were talking about, taking responsibility. And I feel every business owner should be taking 100% responsibility for everything and, of course, of the results. And I feel the way you do things and the relationship that you have with those financial advisors makes them endorse responsibility for themselves, which I think is great, because as trainers, as business owners, we want our agents to be taking responsibility for their lives, their business, their results. And so I would feel confident in sending over, our people, and so that we would get trained properly around the same values that we are looking for.
Yeah, it's about exactly like it's a line.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to the vision. Like we always say at Fondako, our biggest vision is to disrupt the financial service industry. We know we can do it, and we're well on our way. We're always saying, and we always hear advisors say that this industry is archaic. A lot of things that are backwards. Like you were saying that a year ago, people were still sending faxes, and we're in 2023 where artificial intelligence is coming, ChatGPT is do all the work for you. It's so important for us, and we have so much of a big vision. And our vision is aligned. That's why we work so good together.
And some people are still knocking doors.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy. Yeah, no, it's insane. And so, what's the next steps? Like, what can we expect from Fondako moving on? Like, it sounds such a great product already. What are you guys gonna give us? What am I gonna be testing?
So I think there's two big innovations that are coming. The first one being the investments. Like having AI allows us to filter leads a lot better than anyone else in the industry, right? Because we can capture their information for a very low price and then nurture these leads over until they're ready, okay? The AI can actually filter out people and interact with them and ask questions and answer objections until they're ready to book a call with you. So we're working right now on a project with a couple of our clients where we're looking at targeting higher net worth individuals that are looking to invest their money. So that's going to be a great one, because historically the problem with investment leads were that they were not profitable short term. Have some cash reserves. After a few years, you started being profitable, and then your snowball got bigger, and it was not a bad thing. But if we can be profitable from the start, that's going to be a lot better. And having a bigger transfer of funds can make us profitable short term. So that's one thing that we're working on. And then the second thing that's, I would say, even better, that's going to come after that is the entrepreneur lead, right? So we're going to be working together on that project, building ads. It's going to be the same process. The AI is going to be able to filter out people instead of people filtering out themselves, because then we lose a lot of traffic, which loses a lot of end results in the meantime. So I guess these two are the biggest innovations. And what we can see like coming up right now, it's all the new master classes. So with you two obviously being great financial advisors with a lot of experience and a lot of results, definitely in the 1% of the 1%, like you have some knowledge about the products and the industry that is not given in the trainings, that you gain only through experience. And let's face it, a lot of people that are giving the trainings are not at that level where they should be giving the trainings. So having our in-house training is going to be a great thing for agents, because they can pull the best from their training and our training and do what works best for them.
And to add to that, what I found is because we have suppliers, we deal with over 50 different companies, right? And so we have training from the companies, and they come to my office, and a bunch of times I would cut them off because I don't like what they're saying. because it's true for them, but not true for our advisors. Someone would brag about having the best whole life policy or having the better returns on it, but I know that's not true. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. That's the training that those advisors on, agencies are having, because they're getting suppliers, and that's if they get those, right?
Yeah.
But if they do, they get that from the suppliers, training them on their products,
Yeah.
but not on what's out there and how to do it and the wholesalers don't sell to the clients.
Yeah.
So they don't have that approach and how to gain that confidence with that client and building a relationship so that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
And so how do you get that level of depthness with someone? And that's the training those master classes will also bring to the table to just build that rapport and get results. People think it's all about product. It's like 10% about the product. It's 90% about the approach, right?
Oh, 100%. And right now, the training process is broken, because I'll give you an example. If you're in a captive agency, they're going to show you how to sell only their product so that they can make the money, not to sell your product so that you can help your client the best. And then if you've got multiple suppliers, these suppliers are going to show you how to sell their product, but they don't actually sell their product. And then, in the best case scenario, you've got a trainer that has access to all the suppliers and actually knows how to use them. And then he can train you, and then you're in a really good position, but that's rare. And even then, he's not necessarily going to have 100% of his time dedicated to you, because he also has other things going on. So when you come into a program like us, we have our objectives 100% aligned, because if you succeed, we succeed. If you fail, we fail, right? So I guess that's why we can sort of fix the approach in that sense.
Yeah, and putting your money where your mouth is. Exactly. So that's why the guarantee and that stuff. It's like, hey, you're going to make money here. Don't sweat it. Just do it.
And our big mission behind that, we've talked about that earlier, but 8 out of 10 advisors, like we said, quit after their first year in the industry because of lack of proper training and lack of proper opportunities coming their way. And this goes hand to hand because they don't have the training to go after a bigger market than their warm market, right? So that's why it's so inspiring when we have those young guns coming our way and are hungry, ambitious, their first week being licensed, and they plug in our system, literally clack, and they have volume and they have the sales coming in and they're super happy, changes their life. And that's the first part. And also all of Pavel's was talking about earlier, which is gonna tie into our big mastermind offer, our inner circle for people that want to go from 10K per month to 100K per month and more. So a lot of cool stuff is gonna happen. We're working every day, so we don't. We're obsessed.
I'm actually going to put something forward here. We've not even talked about it, but we're going to have a mindset master class. That's going to be part in there. People need to switch their mentality. During doing this podcast, I just realized, we've done so much personal growth to get to where we're at. And that's what we proclaim in our company and with our agency, right? So I feel that's a lot of advisors, that's what they're lacking, how to change their ways, change their thinking about the admin stuff, we've talked about, in our previous podcasts, and talking about all these things that they need to switch, putting the money first, doing using their system, changing the ways they approach, even their fears. They got to conquer their fears to get to their goals and dreams. Oh, yeah, the limiting beliefs, just that mindset. I feel that there's a lot to address there in its own for them to move into the next program and next steps.
But the thing I'm going to challenge you on that is that most people that has that mindset issue don't think they have that mindset. They think everything is doing good. So that's the hard thing with mindset is no one wants it, but a lot of people need it. So what would be your approach in making people aware that in order to become a 7-figure agent, you need to become a 7-figure person at first?
But this is it. I would feel like they would listen to this and know. Here's the thing. If it's meant to be, it's up to who? Me. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. The reason why you guys are making what you guys are making is because it's not because of anybody else than you guys. You put the time, you put the effort, you grew as a person. Pavel 4 years ago could not make what he's doing now. No. And that's the thing. It's maybe telling our stories. Sylvain 8 years ago, probably you would have looked at him and say, oh, this guy. Well, actually, my leader itself actually told who the guy of recruiting me in the business, like, hey, stop wasting time with this guy. He's probably never going to do anything good.
And the worst mistake of his life.
Yeah, well, hey, to be fair, though, I understand why he said that, because, heck, I wasn't showing up to any training, wasn't doing anything, like not doing the things. I wasn't coachable,
I mean, he was right at that time.
Oh, he was right. At that moment, I could give you, right now, 100% he was right. Pissed me off. But it challenged my mindset. So maybe I'll start like, hey, you know why you're not winning here? Because you're not winning in your mind. Let me change that. And if you second guess that, shut us down now and restart that video later. Because they need it. Like, we need to kind of force it into them that they need to change their mindset, to change their ways of life. Change requires change.
Yeah.
100% of the time. And that's what we resist. Let's be real. If I want to lose weight, what are the two things I could do? Work out more, eat less. Right? I mean, it's not the gym's fault. They're away. I just don't show up there. Change requires change. And so at the end of the day, like, nobody actually introduced a potato in my mouth. I did that on my own. So it's like, you got to assume yourself. And so I guess that's the thing. Like, people need to assume like they're there because of them. But they're going to be there also. The bright side of it is they're going to be at the success level that they want because of them too. Right? You're your own success, but you're your own failure.
And I guess we can also give some pointers, like of some situations that could indicate that maybe you have a mindset problem. Like, for example, if you don't believe that you can make 20K per month easily as an insurance agent, or relatively easily, it's because you don't have the mindset that you can introduce systems in your business, or that you believe that you need to do everything on your own, or that you can't afford support or admin or people in the front end generating leads for you. These types of mindset, or like, I need to wait a certain amount of time before I can do that, that's also an indicator. Often it's not true that you need to wait, it's just that you need to execute, and then things are gonna happen.
And also, to add on what you were saying, the analogy on losing weight, I would say for financial advisors, it's about two things. So first of all, if they're not taking action right now, prospecting or being in appointments, I would say that's a lack of mindset right there. But also, they have to cut distractions. It seems like anything could be an excuse. I understand that not everybody has the same reality. There are some big families out there which require a lot of responsibility, but we have agents who have up to 8 kids and they're still winning.
Yeah, and I think it's also a matter of how much you want to win, because like, when I say it can be easy to make 20K per month as an insurance agent, that depends if you want it or not. Exactly. Because it can be easy if you take action and you don't have distractions. But if you allow and you want distractions, like passions on the weekend, or like TV shows every night, or whatever it might be, like, hey, I want to cook for myself every day, 3 meals a day. Like, these I calculate as distractions, and the opposite of distraction is focus. So like, with focus, if you automate like everything around your business so that you can really focus on it, and take action, there's no way that you're not going to be at 20K per month within a few months if you leverage essentially what we offer and taking action. There's just no way.
This is key, systems, right? So you don't need systems only in your business, you need systems in your life also. And I think what you bring to the table are great systems, for our business. And then people have to take responsibility in their own lives, and they have to implement systems there also.
How many times do you press the snooze button?
Never.
Meaning, but let's be real. Most people do. I don't know what snooze is. It stopped me. It's like, I wake up, and most of the time right now, biologically, your system actually later on, your body will wake up at the time you're supposed to be woken up. It's routine. And so I can't tell you how many times I wake up before even the alarm goes off. And it's often 5-10 minutes before it's like my body knows it's time. So I just remove it. But sometimes, if I'm tired, but I don't snooze. I don't waste another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Even the sleeping cycle is about 50 minutes, right? So what's the point? You snooze 15 minutes, you just lost 15 minutes. You didn't recoup more sleep. You didn't win anything. You're not better to your goals and your dreams. You just wasted time. And that's why people are not winning, and they're not realizing, and they're making up excuses. Oh, my body's different. I don't work the same way. And oh, he's winning because of that and that. No, stop making excuses why people are winning and you're not winning. Again, take ownership, right?
Yeah, that's so true. And I've never understood people who press the snooze button. So it's 100% their fault. It's something that they didn't do right. Maybe they went to sleep too late, or maybe they don't have the purpose of why they need to wake up.
Eating bad.
Maybe they don't have the purpose on why they need to wake up that day and accomplish something. Like when my alarm goes off, it doesn't matter how much I slept or I didn't sleep. I'm out, and my morning routine's pretty simple. I do 50 jumping jacks the first thing in the morning, and I'm already woken up and ready for the day. So I get dressed and start working it. My morning routine is literally 3 minutes. It could take some people an hour to get to working. Me, it takes me 3 minutes. I save that every day.
You know, like, to be fair with you, like a lot of agents, when they ask me that they don't have success, I ask that question if they press the snooze button. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because if you press the snooze button, you just told me you're a procrastinator. Because you're probably snoozing on your paperwork. You're probably snoozing on your next call. You're probably snoozing on the next thing. Hey, heck, a bunch of agents that are saying to you guys, I'm going to think about it, they're snoozing.
Yeah, they are.
Like if you're not getting the results you want and you're passing away this great offer, you're snoozing again.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have to think about? You're not winning. Come win. Like, I mean, spend the money, do it. You're wasting it anyways, right? So it's like you're wasting time not making money. You're wasting money. So stop pressing the snooze button.
That's a good one. I'm gonna remember that one.
Shame. Like, I mean, stop procrastinating the inevitable of like winning. You know?
Yeah, 100%. That's very good.
They have to believe in themselves enough so that they give themselves at least another chance, with tools they never had.
I think one of the biggest mistake, like you said, it's people are not used to have systems in their life and have that technology in their life, because I know my grandpa was an insurance agent in like the 60s and 70s, and like it was the suitcase and on the road, right? And yeah, see that person. So it was his time. He was trading his time for money, right? And there was no way he could leverage. The only way he could was to hire someone, right? And this costs a lot of money, recurring and all that stuff. But nowadays with systems, you pay for something once, you have it forever, So I think that's something people need to really think about and get educated about, that with the right system, you can leverage that and have focus. How do you have focus? Is you eliminate distractions. That's the only way you can have focus. So.
And then come back to this, like, and we're not talking, like you're saying your grandfather, like I'm talking like 3 years ago, pre-COVID. We used to joke around showing our license, because we need to show our license to people, right? So I'm like, hey, look, I have a license just to prove that I don't work in the trunk of my car. But I'm thinking back every time, I'm like, of course I work in the trunk of my car. I had like applications for different companies, like Beneva, IA, like that. Like I had like this kind of huge clausar, like just having a bunch of documents all over my trunk, and it pissed me off sometimes. I'm like, I'm out of those documents, because you always need 3, 4, 5 documents per transaction. Now you're missing a document, gotta go back to the office, pick that document up, you miss a signature, gotta drive back to South Shore, whatever. And it's like, it's a crapshoot, a waste of time to get this done. Now you send it electronically, like, the technology just saves a bunch of time. I resisted a bit at the beginning too, because why? You need to learn it. You need to change. We don't like change, but once we adapt to it, man, does it just alleviate so many problems, right? Like even like when we started, like, I mean, there was a few things that we didn't like, and when at first, now it's not like that. We used to do our own calls, like at the beginning when you were selling leads, and it's just no shows and stuff like that. It was worse than what it was today. Like you've improved big time, but we had some frustrations. But at the end of the day, I was looking at how much business I closed, and I was like it's insane. And how much time would I wasted to find those clients? Right? That's another thing. Like when the coaching calls, people are like, well, yeah, but there's 8 person that I didn't reach 8 people. Like, dude, how many prospects did you talk to that you never reached, and that you spent 15, 20 minutes talking to them in a mall, or having a conversation, or spending time convincing them? That never happened.
Yeah.
Now it's like 2-3 minutes. They just pop out of nowhere. You save all that time. So I mean, it's always a matter of perspective of how much time you save compared to what you used to lose. But people, they have a tendency to forget what it used to be. Like today, new agents are coming in, it's like, oh, it takes time doing paperwork. I'm like, dude, you have to handwrite all of this. You fill one form, it fills the 5 forms. Like, you have no idea what paperwork is. I remember closing a deal to 4 hours of paperwork afterwards. Now it's like 15 minutes. It's too long.
That's crazy.
So you guys are just doing a great job of improving our processes, helping all of that. And we're really grateful for Fondako, and we just can't wait to see what the next thing is, the partnerships. We can't wait to collaborate more and see what are, 5 years from now. Like, sometimes I just have my vision, a lot of ideas for me coming to a spa and when I'm in water. And I just see like where you guys are going to be and where we're going to be, because of you guys. And it's an exciting adventure, and I'm glad to be part of that, and glad that you guys, saw value in us and we saw value in you and everything that moving forward. And I can't wait for everyone that listen to the podcast, go see their YouTube channel, go see other videos, all the value you're going to get from it. It's going to be incredible and change your life too. That's the point.
And the website where you can see like all the testimonials, all the social proof of those people winning because of you.
This is not just another company, digital marketing company. It's the Fondako digital marketing company, in my opinion. After everything I've tried and seen, this is a great place. So hope you like this video, hope you like community, and that you're going to move forward and changing your life too. Have a nice day.